Imagine waking up one day to find that time has moved differently for you than for everyone else. What if a single night felt like 100 years? What if an entire lifetime passed in the blink of an eye? Science fiction often plays with the idea of time travel, portraying it as a futuristic concept, something that requires advanced technology or impossible physics. But what if the reality of time is far stranger than we imagine? What if time travel, in some form, is not just a theoretical possibility but something already hinted at in Islamic teachings? Could time be more flexible than we assume? And more importantly, what does this mean for our understanding of destiny, free will, and the unseen dimensions of existence? To answer these questions, we must first ask, what is time? Modern science defines time as a continuous progression of events from the past to the future, but this understanding is deeply limited. The theory of relativity suggests that time is not absolute. It can stretch, shrink, and even stop under extreme conditions. Einstein's discoveries showed that time moves slower in stronger gravitational fields, meaning that time, as we experience it, is not universal. But long before modern physics, Islamic teachings already hinted at time's mysterious nature. Consider the story of the people of the cave, a group of young believers who sought refuge in a cave to escape oppression. They fell into a deep sleep, and when they awoke, they assumed only a day or part of a day had passed. But in reality, they had been asleep for over 3 centuries. How is it possible that they remained untouched by time while the world outside moved forward? Was this a form of time travel? A bending of time as we know it? Another remarkable example comes from the story of a man who passed by a ruined city and wondered how it could ever be restored. He was then caused to die for 100 years and was later resurrected. Yet, when he awoke, he found that his food had remained fresh while his donkey had turned to dust. This is not just a story of resurrection. It's a direct demonstration that time does not function the way we assume. Time, it seems, is not a fixed force but something that can be altered, reversed, or even paused by divine command. Even in the realm of physics, some theories suggest that time travel might be possible under extreme conditions. Wormholes, which are hypothetical passages through space-time, could theoretically allow for shortcuts across vast distances or even across time itself. Black holes, with their immense gravitational pull, can slow down time to the point where an observer near the event horizon experiences time at a vastly different rate than someone far away. But while science continues to explore these ideas, Islamic teachings already confirm that time does not move the same way for all beings. Consider how time is experienced differently in different realms. In the unseen world, time operates on an entirely different scale. Angels, who carry out divine commands, move at speeds incomprehensible to human beings. It is said that what feels like a day to them is equivalent to thousands of years for us. Similarly, the events of the afterlife are described as occurring in a reality where time as we know it ceases to function in the same way. This suggests that time is not a rigid structure but a creation that can be manipulated, expanded, or condensed. One of the most fascinating discussions on time travel in Islam is the miraculous night journey, where the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was taken across vast distances and ascended through the heavens, all within a single night. While this event is far beyond human technology, it raises an important question. If time can be altered by divine power, could humans ever achieve something similar? The reality is that our current understanding of time is limited to the physical world, but that does not mean greater possibilities do not exist. But if time travel is theoretically possible, what does that mean for free will and destiny? If someone could travel to the past, could they change their future? This is where Islamic teachings provide a crucial perspective. Destiny is already written, but human beings are still responsible for their choices. If time itself can be altered, it would still be within the bounds of divine knowledge and control. No event, past or future, occurs outside the divine plan. This aligns with modern physics, which suggests that even if time travel were possible, certain paradoxes might prevent the past from being changed in ways that disrupt the future. Some scholars have argued that what we perceive as time is merely a limited human construct, a way to organize events in a linear fashion. But from a higher perspective, time might be more like a vast landscape where past, present, and future coexist simultaneously. If that is true, then traveling through time may not mean physically moving through history but rather accessing different layers of existence that are already there. So, does Islam allow for the possibility of time travel? The answer is complex. While Islam does not explicitly describe time travel in the way modern movies do, it does confirm that time is not as straightforward as we believe. We have historical accounts of time slowing down, being paused, and even working differently for different beings. Science is only now catching up to these possibilities, trying to understand what divine knowledge has already hinted at for centuries. But here's the most important question. If time is not what we think it is, what does that mean for how we live our lives? If time can bend, if the past and future are part of a greater reality we do not fully grasp, then every moment we experience carries far more weight than we realize. Our actions, no matter how small, exist in a timeline far greater than our own perception. And while we may not have the ability to travel through time, we do have the ability to use our time wisely before it runs out. In the end, whether or not time travel is possible is not the real question. The real question is, what are we doing with the time we have now? Because no matter how much science or philosophy explores the nature of time, one undeniable truth remains. Time is running out for all of us, and once it's gone, we can never get it back.